Hello, everyone. This is Professor Francis, and here we have a question that was requested. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this question as it's requested. So this is a proportion question, and it's asking us to solve for the value of x, and it gives us a proportion below. So let's go to the whiteboard and solve this. Go into the whiteboard, and here we go. Okay, so the question states, oops, sorry about that. Okay, so the question states 10 to 13 is equivalent to x to 104. So with proportions, we have to do things in the order that it's written, right? And the first thing we have to note is that we can't do any arithmetic with a proportion in this form. We have to write it to another form, either a fraction or a decimal. That's what we say here. It's right here as step one. We must convert the proportion to either a fraction or a decimal. And the way we do that is very simple, right? We simply keep in the order from left to right, the number on the left. Right, see these two dots? This we can represent as a fraction, 10 to 13. The number on the left will go on the top, so 10 goes on the top, over the number on the right, 13. And there we have it. The proportion 10 to 13 is represented as a fraction 10 over 13. These four dots here just mean equal. So you just put equals, that's all they mean. And then they give us another proportion. And again, we do the same thing. The number on the right, or the quantity on the right represented by x, goes on top of the fraction. And the quantity, I'm sorry, not the right, the quantity on the left goes on top of the fraction, and the quantity on the right goes on the bottom. So if I said that the other way before, what I meant was the quantity 10 on the left goes on the top, and the quantity 13 goes on the bottom. On the right goes on the bottom. Here, the quantity, the unknown quantity, x, on the left goes on top. Whatever's on the left always goes on top of the fraction. Whatever amounts on the right always goes in the bottom of the fraction. Okay, so now we have equivalence. 10 over 13, the ratio or fraction 10 over 13 is equivalent to x over 104, right? So now we have to set up, using this equivalence, we can go ahead and set up an equation and solve for x, or the unknown quantity, which was represented by x. How do we do that? We simply cross multiply the tops and the bottom. So we cross multiply 13 times x equals 10 times 104, right? And what we get is 13x, this is our equation now, 13x equals 10 times 104, it's going to be 1040, or 1040. Right. Now we have an equation. The only thing that remains is for us to, let me write, this is our equation. We just solved the equation for the unknown. And we know how to solve the equations. We use the same techniques all the time, right? We know with equations, we had to focus on the variable and the equal sign, right? We've done a video on that. You guys can see the full steps there. So we're going to focus on a variable and the equal sign, right? And we're going to look at a variable side of the equal sign, and we want to get the x by itself. We want to have x equals and everything else on the other side of the equal sign. How do we do that? The technique is we perform the opposite operation. We look on a variable side equal sign, whatever operation we see happening to our x or our variable, we want to do the opposite. So here, when two things are close together, right, that indicates multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide by 13. And now we also know that the equal sign acts as a scale in mathematics, right? What that means is that with a scale, if we put 10 pounds on one side, we have to put 10 pounds on the other to keep it equal, right? Keep it balanced. When an equal sign is math operations. Whatever math operation we do on one side of the equal sign, we have to do the identical math operation on the other. So here, on this side of the equal sign, we divide it by 13, so we have to do the identical operation on the other and divide the other side of the equal sign by 13 as well. And when we do that, we get 10,040 divided by 13 equals 80, and 13x divided by 13, the 13's cancel out, we just end up with 1x or x. So this would be our answer. So guys, I hope this helped and clarified some things. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us through the website, right? And I will see you on the next question. Please remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day.